Alright, today we are going to be talking about how to make beats on FL Studios as a beginner. Alright, so when you open up FL for the first time, it's gonna look like this. You're gonna have a fruity limiter on your main vocal on your master. You're gonna have all these weak ass stock sounds that you don't want to use. And I'm gonna show you how to get rid of all of this. So what you do is you go top left, hit that file, hit empty, right? Then once you hit empty, boom, it's gonna load you into a project with nothing on shit, nothing on the mixer. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Everything's empty. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want. So once you get there, now you gotta go find you some drum sounds. Alright, so like one of the most important things on making beats is obviously getting drum kits. Drum kits are really important, like to have a good quality sound selection. So I would say go to r/drum kits, and I'll leave a link to this down below. This is where you can find really good drum sounds. Going to Lunch 77 subreddit too. These are like probably some of the best places for drum sounds. So this is what you're gonna want to do after you downloaded your drum kits. You're gonna go to the settings, go to options. So boom, you go to options, and you go general settings, then you go file. Then after that, you click and make sure it's routed to where your drum kit is that you just downloaded so that it can load all into FL. And once you do that, all your drum sounds that you just downloaded should be right here on your left hand side. All right, boom. Now you got your drum sounds downloaded. You found your stuff. Now you got to go here. You got to go to options. You go to file settings and you route your drum sounds. Like you click on the folder and you route the folder path to your drum sounds that you just downloaded. Boom. So you do that, right? Okay, now you want to open up that folder, drag your drums in. And to drag your drums in, you literally click on them. You find you a drum sound, click on it, drag it over, release. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. That's all you got to do. So once you do that, you know what I'm saying? Find you a loop or whatever you want to do. You make your melody. And then after that, you throw your drum and you make the beat. That's really what we finna do. I'm about to go find a loop actually. I'm gonna help y'all out. And if you're looking for a website to get good free samples from, I would go right here to Looperman. Is a pretty good one to like start off on if you're still looking for like a good alternative to like just find the samples. I would recommend this. I actually just found this guitar sample right here. I might use this, I think. All right, so now we got the sample in FL Studios. I'm just gonna try to find like right now. This is what I'm gonna do. So when I make a beat, I like to make the first 8 bars, and I'll just like to loop that, right? So right now I'm gonna cut this, but when I get done making the beat, actually no, I'm not gonna even cut that. Actually, I'll just copy and paste this over. So I'm gonna copy and paste this over. So I'm just gonna all I'm gonna do is Control B for that shortcut. And then after I do that, I go in and I go to my channel rack, and now I'm about to add my claps in. Hold on, we gotta put it on. And I'm gonna keep it right there on the two, or the what? Yeah, I'm gonna keep it right there on the two. We just gonna copy and paste that over. And I'm feeling like this tempo is a little bit too fast. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in stretch mode, and I'm gonna drag it down to like 150. I dragged it down a little bit more just because I don't know, it felt better to me. So right now we're about to dive into the hi-hats. So all I did right now, I just filled to each step. That's all I did. That's all I did. So now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna spice it up a little bit more though. And also, if you feel like you're having like a hard time doing like your hi-hats, this is what I do, bro. It always works pretty well for me. Um, so I just did. I removed all the hi hats that I just had that I've put down from the fill each two step, and now I'm working within the first bar type thing. You know what I mean? Cause it just makes it easier. Cause then when I adjust all the velocities and stuff, then I can go back and just copy and paste it over. You know what I'm saying? And then I can retune that every bar. And then also, if you want to you want to make sure that your stamped is on the right. No, not your step. You want to make sure it's snapped to the right type of grid. So then, if you want to do like triplet rolls or whatever you want to call it, then it'll be easier. Right now mine is on a step, but when I do rolls, I do switch it to like a third one, like the triplet step. I think that's right. It's either a third or a 1/6. I'm not sure, but I've dabbled with like 1/6 more so than I've done 1/3. But lately, I've been working with the 1/3. And all I just did right there for the hi hats, bro, I just kept them real simple, bro. Not no crazy rolls, bro. I just every fourth and every fourth like every time the fourth like came around, I just kind of put the little, I threw another hi hat in there. It made it stutter a little bit more. That's all I did, bro. I honestly, it's best for me sometimes just to keep it really simple, because sometimes crazy hi hats may make it harder for the artist to really go crazy on the beat. And then also you can adjust the velocity. Mine's not really adjusted that much, but I did obviously tune it a little bit. I got some sauce for the 808. Hold on. Like when you're trying to tune your 808s to the beat, first you can go to you got to make sure the beat is in the routed to the mixer track first. So then after you do that, this is what I do. I completely isolate the sample and like that's all I hear. Let me turn it down for y'all so y'all can still hear me. Okay, so now I go here and I find Fruity. I don't know the Wave Candy. That's what it's called. Get Wave Candy, and I have my own preset. But basically, all the preset is like just catering towards the bass notes. Okay, so basically, what I did to make that preset that I'm about to click on is like all I did was I click Spectrum and you turn this down so you can get all the bass notes. Then I turn up the input gain, and then after that, I play the melody and make sure that it's looking right visually so I can see all the bass notes. Obviously, I'm on the wrong thing. So, go back in. And now we can see the bass notes. Like, obviously, the first one, G sharp. Then it goes up, you know what I mean? That's for like if you can't really just tune it out. And also, this is like another like good gem that I do. Sometimes I'll literally just EQ out everything so I can just hear the bass. Just like this. So now I know I'm getting all the bass notes for sure. So now I go in to my 808s. Also, when you're placing your 808s down, make sure they're cut. Make sure you cut itself, so then they don't like sound all like muddy or whatever you want to call it. So boom, you do that. Then you go over here and you place it you place the note right where it says it is in the melody. So G sharp right here. That's the first bass note is G sharp. Oh yeah. But first, before you even place the notes down, make sure you're in the right scale. So go to your view and go to scale highlight and make sure it's in the key of whichever like beat you're making right now type thing. And also to find the scale of the melody, you can go to tunebat.com, which I'll leave a link to in the description, or you can if you have auto tune, you can do auto key. That's what I do if I don't know the key. All right, but back to the bass notes for the 808s. So it go boom, it go G, G sharp, and it goes up at the half, I think, right here. Goes up to C right there. Right there, that's when it goes down to B. But I think we're good. Yeah, it's like the same. But that's how you find bass notes. So now, to make sure it's correct, you can like drag it out and like like EQ off the bass now. So then once you EQ off the bass, now you go ahead and play your 808 over it. I'm over it clicking shit. So I go ahead and play the 808 over it just to see how it sounds now. I think it goes down sooner actually. Yup. So we gotta drag that back. But you hear how it's not like muffled at all? Like it's right on. Like it's not out of key. Okay, so now we got the 808s, right? We got them in key. Now we can add more sauce to them, like add more bounce. So now, with my view, I'm gonna switch it back to my no. With my what is it? My snap. I'm gonna switch my snap back to a step because that's like where 808s hit normally. You know what I mean? This is like the most common. So then I switch that back to a snap. Now we're about to go boom. Now this is where it's all like rhythm. Like you just follow like your gut instinct. So I know I want boom, 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 boom. Oh no, hold on. I want boom, 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 boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Now I'm gonna make it hit it one more time. Boom, boom. Type thing. Then I'm gonna copy it and paste that over. And then I'm gonna tune it up on the second half, like make it look more flashy. But I tuned it up just a little bit, you know, just to leave the artist room. Now we can add our open hats. You know what I mean? So when you're adding drums or like perks or like whatever you want to call it, like anything that's not a freaking clap or a snare that's not hitting on the two, you want it to hit on the like hold on. This is the one, this is the two, this is the three. I think that's how that works, right? So if it's not hitting where the clap always hits, right in the middle type thing, if it's not hitting there, you always want it to hit on that last line before, you know what I'm saying? That's the four. Wait, 4 3. Yeah, so you would always want it to hit on the four. And you'd always want your like anything that's not a clap or a snare that's not hitting on the three, you always want it to hit on the four or the two. Like that's like a good rule of thumb for like music theory wise. But honestly, all I do is I just feel it out and I listen to it. If it don't sound good, I'm not gonna put it there. You know what I mean? Like that kind of sounds a little wonky out right there on that too, just because it already just hit on the two there, and it's like it came back in so fast, so I don't really like that. So I might just put it on the four and see how it sounds. But if it don't sound good on the four, then I just might remove it as a whole and just keep it right there on the two, and then I'll listen to the other section afterwards. You know what I mean? To figure out where I want it to hit. It sounds a little wonky because the 808 hits right there. And I don't really, yeah, I'm just gonna remove it, like I said, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta listen, you just gotta play it by ear and like rhythm and like how you feel. Like I just tried to copy and paste that over it, it didn't sound good, so I'm taking it off. And also, I'm gonna add in some snares, cause like a lot of the times in beats like this, like that melodic rap type shit, they always have snares. Me personally, when I make my shit though, I like for my personal like music and shit, I don't like to really put snares, but you know, we gonna try to switch it up, be a little bit different. And also, like when you're placing your drums down, you can do it from the channel rack or you can do it from inside the MIDI. Just honestly, I would say just do whatever fits you best. Like honestly, I do a mixture of both. A lot of producers do a mixture of both. It's all just preference at the end of the day. Okay, so now I'm thinking about adding some effects on and just arranging the beat. So for that, when you want to like put everything into the mixer, the best way to do it is to highlight everything that you have in there and then go to the mixer, click control, highlight all of that, then hit control L and it'll all route automatically. And then also you can go all for the sample too and then control L, boom. And now it's in there too. So now everything's on the mixer, right? All we got to do is mix it. But I want to add this reverse effect right here as like a build up for like when the 808s start to hit like right in the beginning. So I'm gonna put that effect in there. So I need to route that to the mixer rack too. So we go here, highlighted it, control L, boom, now it's on. So now that we did that, I want to put some reverb on it. I'm gonna listen to it with reverb. Perfect. Maybe turn it down a little bit. Yep, that's good. I just gotta turn it down to see how well it will mix in the beat. And then now I can turn the 808 back on. And then also I'm gonna show you how to automate, because right now I have the bass EQ'd out, right? So to automate, one second, let me drag this right to where I want the beat to drop in. Okay, so for automation, all you do is highlight the region that you want to automate. Highlight it like that. Then you click on it, boom, create automation. So now, since we want the intro to not have the bass of the guitar, no, to have the bass of the guitar, and then we want, once the actual beat comes in, like with the drums, we want that to not have the bass. We're gonna leave this EQ'd up, but then everything else is gonna stay down, like prior, like past, like before that. You know what I mean? So boom, that goes down. This stays up. All right, but now I'm about to walk you through like arranging the beat. So when you arrange the beat, you want to go to the channel, the pattern that you just made from the channel rack, split it by channel, then highlight them all. Go ahead and delete that, what was originally there. Highlight them all, drag them in. Okay, boom, drag them in. But first, hold on, I want to move that effect out the way. Down here, type thing. So boom, we got it like that. And also, I'm going to go here. This is just like an OCD thing. You don't have to do that, but just fill that empty space in so it can all look like, you know, level. That's just me. You don't have to do that. That's perfectly fine to leave it. But, okay, boom. So now we got that, right? Now, we're going to copy and paste it over. Boom. To me, this is how I, like, when I make the beat, this is what I do. Okay, I got it like, okay, this is going to be, to me, this is like a hook, verse, whatever you wanted to call it, type thing. But honestly, bro, I don't even think really structure. Like I'm thinking when I'm thinking structure, I'm like I'll add more elements onto it later. So when I'm arranging the beat, right? I extracted everything, and not extracted, I split everything. And now this to me, it could be like the hook. This whole thing could be the hook. And then it's like a weird like chorus bridge type shit right here. Then after that, we go back in and I copy and paste this over. Then it's a verse. And then another like chorus. And then I copy and paste it over. Wait, hold on. I copy and paste it over one more time and I see how much time we at. We're at 2 minutes and 12. So then I think that would be like a perfect way to close out the beat. Or I copy and paste the melody over one more time. Hold on, I gotta go back and fix that. No, then I copy and paste the melody over one more time, and then that'd be a good way to like close it out right there. 2 minutes and 25 seconds. I always try to make sure my beat is at least 2 minutes. And then also with automation, like how I had how I have this little lip there, all you gotta do is click on it and make it unique, and it'll change the number from like 2, because that's the number of the one next to it, to 3. And then after that, I drag it up just so the bass doesn't clash with the 808s once it hits. And then also with arranging, you want to take out something. So right now I'm gonna try taking out like the open hats and the hi-hats in the intro or the hook. Once it comes in, let's see. I'll put another swoosh in because it felt a little stale. So to mix it, you would this is what I do. I go in and I find like my key sounds, right? My clap. You just level it. First we gotta find a spot where everything's hitting though in the beat, so then I can just loop it, which is at the end right here. And then you go here and you drag it from the top to the end of the beat. Make sure everything's on time though. So then you can hear everything out all at once. And all it is just leveling. I want it to be at the top. What you want for your clap, for your mix, all you want is like the main thing. You want to make sure you have like your clap and like your hi-hats at the top of the mix. Or like for me sometimes I kind of like keeping like the clap at the top but not peaking too much, and then I like to keep the hi-hats just under like where the clap is. Because sometimes, bro, I'll be listening to the shit, bro, and the hi-hats just they start pissing me off, and then I don't like it, and I want to take them out the beat. So like you just have to find that balance to make sure everything is like has its own room in its own pocket. For the clap, I'm gonna leave it right there, right? And the open hat. Well, first let's go back to the hi-hat. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. I'm turning down to 90, and I'm gonna also pan it to the right, 23. Honestly, 22. I'm gonna listen to the snare with it. Okay. With the 808. We're gonna pan the 808 33 on stereo. So it's just not stuck in the middle. Sometimes I do like to actually pan it to the left a little bit. It makes it punch a little bit harder. I don't even know why I put the kick on here. I ain't even use the kick. But sometimes I do. I just don't like mixing kicks, so I just stopped using them. Okay, now we gotta go to the sample. Now we notice the sample is super loud, right? So we turn it all the way down, and we bring it up slowly. I'm noticing that I need to probably EQ my hi-hats because they're like taking up too much. So with my hi-hats, I have a preset that I just cut off everything that's behind it. That's all you gotta do. But to do that, if you don't have like a preset or anything, all you gotta do is just go here, mastering, boom, and just drag that thing through. You know what I mean? Kind of rambled, but I did it pretty fast, but you've seen it. You can run it back, replay it, slow it down. I'm gonna turn the sample down just a little bit. That's perfect. Okay, now I'm gonna play from the top with my beat tag. Honestly though, I feel like it wouldn't fit with my beat tag.